And welcome back to Jeff Koinange live on this Inspiration Thursday. And what an inspiration Fred Obachi Machoka, the blackest man in Black Africa, has been tonight. Tweets coming in thick and fast. People loving the ambience, loving the show. Fred, let me just read a couple of tweets. Jama Carlton says, JK Live Leo Kiti ni moto baba yao kwa Kiti Leo. And then Urbanus Musioka says, Obachi Machoka is epic.
Whoa.
Eric Latif, do you know him?
Yes.
Eric Latif, man.
So when he was a little boy.
He says, say hello to Fred. He worked with my mom in the police force.
Correct.
She loved his
Mama Lilis.
Yes. She loved his Sanyo shows in the 80s. This man made me decide to be a media man when I was 10. I'm living my dream thanks to him.
I worked with Sheila Manyiga's father too. The late Gideon Victor, let him
in the force.
His soul rest in peace.
Yes, indeed. Yes. For those of us joining us right now, Fred, what we sang at the top, we got to sing again because I think that was the tune that all of us grew up with. And it went something like, Sanyo Iko Ju, Sanyo Iko Tops,
Sanyo is just the job for you.
Sanyo Ni,
top of the pops.
And you said that every time.
Yes.
And it's still in our psyche.
Even ever ready.
Ever ready.
Here comes power. Ever ready power. Ever ready battery power. Ever ready power comes in two ways.
That's right.
In the red battery for power and the Super 99 for power plus. That is the power that lasts longer. It's ever ready with Kung Fu power.
And this is radio. And you can feel it.
Yeah. Man, we used to enjoy ourselves creating adverts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of creating, there's a young cartoonist called Gams. Do you know him? Have you seen his stuff? Gams.
Yes, I've seen that.
Great guy. He says, now that's a real legend. The best Inspiration Thursday JKL I've ever watched. A young kid, young cartoonist.
Thank you, my brother.
Oh,
thank you.
Charles Kamau from Mombasa, Kilifi, is asking, how does he remain consistent?
I do not know. But I know that like I said, I learn a lot from my listeners. They teach me every day. I listen to them. I may appear not to be listening, but I'm listening. Yeah, because I talk a lot, and they think I'm not listening.
But you listen.
But I listen.
Yeah.
If they tell me this is the kind of music we want, I try and play it. And if they tell me this is the kind of communication we will want with you, I listen to them. And when they complain, I shout, even at the expense of getting fired. You understand?
Getting fired.
I become very unpopular with the politicians because I blast them. Bakora ya roga.
You tell them?
Oh, yes.
You tell them?
I tell them like it is. It doesn't matter whether it's the head of state, His Excellency the President. If he has done something that is terrible,
kiboko.
Nakula kiboko. Yeah. And I have no fear because I believe that's the legacy we have to live in this country.
Yes.
Because you see what, Jeff, you and I sit in very privileged positions. We are better than politicians because politicians have an expiring contract every 5 years, they get fired.
Yes.
You have to do something real bad to get fired.
Yes.
You understand? And so we got an opportunity. I address millions and millions of people. So when you got millions of people listening to you, a captive audience, you got to tell them something that can help them. And you got to represent their interests.
Indeed.
So that privilege you got, don't sell it. Don't sit here and bootlick some politician because he buys you a beer. Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell him like it is.
To his face.
Because your biggest paymaster is the man or woman listening to you. Your listener. That is number one. The politician will get fired. So for you, you got to say it and say it right. And that's what I've been doing. And maybe that's why I've managed to hang around a little bit longer than a few guys.
Amazing. Well
Yeah.
done, Fred. Well done. Dr. Kenneth Wameo, you know him?
Yes.
Well-known vet.
Yes.
He says Machoka is a consistent poultry farmer
Yes.
and boozy as well in Kitengela.
Yes.
Good for us vets. Fred is a legend.
You know, I used to do a radio show called ART Mambo Yote. And that radio show used, in the radio show,
Yeah.
people used to write to me, and I was like the OLX.
Back then?
Back then. People used to write to me and tell me, we are selling this, we are buying this, we are selling this. You understand?
But what,
And
P.O. box they would send?
They were sending to P.O. box. Some sent to VOK.
Yes.
Voice of Kenya.
Yes.
P.O. box was 30456. Nairobi.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So they.
How did we remember that?
Yeah. It was famous because you had even people had to go and buy greeting cards,
Yes.
salams cards,
Yes.
you know, and send and stuff like that. So anyway, they used to write, and then they tell me, we are selling this, we are buying this, and that is how some guy wrote to me and said he was selling land. That's when I remembered, I might also require some land someday. And then I started looking for land.
Yes.
And that's how I ended up in godforsaken Kitengela, which was with lions and giraffes and hyenas. You know?
Wow.
That time.
That time.
Let me tell you. I think I better tell you this.
Go on.
My movement to Kitengela way back 1993. I was staying along Dennis Pritt, next to none other than His Excellency the President. You know,
Yeah.
opposite State House.
Yes.
And in a nice apartment with hot water and a bath. And one day my landlady came and said, I was paying 15,000 rent, which was a lot of money then. And she said, from next month you're paying 25,000. 3 months in advance and a deposit of the same. That was coming to 100,000.
Yes.
And I said, I can't raise that kind of money. And she said, then there are people who can raise it, so you better pack up and go.
Whoa.
I said, I won't because I've got a lease. She said, I don't care, you're moving. So she came over and told my wife and children, youth, baba yenu anawambia hii nyumba ni yake. And a lot of not too good things happened. So I decided I'm not going to pay rent anymore. So I moved to Kitengela.
Which was like another
which was
country
like
then.
Jungle. And I was alone within 5-kilometer radius. Alone. From hot water and everything, I sank a pit latrine for my children and me. And we used to buy water, mkokoteni punda, from a river because there was no water in Kitengela at that time. All right? And we had no electricity, we had no telephones, we had nothing. And I told my kids, you know, forget that toilet you used to flush. This pit latrine is ours. You know? No woman
Yes.
or man is coming to claim that this is his or her place. And we stayed there for 3.5 years without a neighbor. Hyenas, lions, giraffes, zebras used to come and graze right outside our compound.
And your wife didn't leave you?
My wife did not leave me. My wife is the bomb. You understand?
Yes.
The best you can ever find. All right?
Yes.
And we stayed there. And after 3.5 years, people started coming in. I sunk a borehole, and we stayed in a wooden house, which I had built that time, before I moved now to Isinya, my palace.
Yes, indeed.
And I
It's a
live
beautiful
good.
place. Beautiful place.
I have no problem.
You've turned it around.
Yes. You want apples, you'll find them. You want bananas, you'll find them. You want fresh milk, you'll find it. And I'm good. I thank God for that.
And you change them.
But it has been, it's been hard work.
Yes.
But my wife never left me. My wife, Sophie, God bless her always.
You talk about it all the time.
She's my second mama.
And the kids?
35 years. And the kids.
Have they thanked you for that life?
Yes.
Have they?
They're happy. They're happy. Santos, Marvin, Victor, Angel. Great kids. They love the home.
Yeah.
You understand? So I tell people sometimes get out of your comfort zone and move out there. It may not look good now, but in the end, it pays off.
Sound advice.
Unaelewa rafiki yangu?
Nishaelewa ndugu yangu.
Maisha namna hiyo. It is not a rehearsal.
No.
You live only once.
This is the real deal.
Yes.
Grandkids as well.
Yes, I have grandkids, beautiful grandkids. They make me happy.
Yeah.
You know, that is now the legacy. Ya kuwa na watoto. Yeah.
Wajukuu.
Na wajukuu. Those are my friends now.
It's
Those
precious.
are my buddies.
That's precious, right?
Yeah.
That's, I mean, you can't replace
Ethan
that.
and yes, and Mobaso.
I just remembered something you used to do also back in the day for something called Letters from Abroad.
Yeah.
Did you do that?
Yes. Salamu kutoka ngambo. Guys used to call live on air from Australia. It is like, you know, I used to do it at 4 p.m. local time. Australia guys are going to bed. In US, guys are waking up. In India, I don't know what. Guys used to call me from all over the world and send greetings.
And they're calling into a landline.
Of Western Union and Post Bank.
What?
Yeah. So those are some of the shows that I've done. I've done like 20 different sponsored radio shows.
Wow.
And then TV, music time. Moto zaidi. That was another religion. We were talking about it, remember?
Yes, yes. Music times.
That, man, that was my peak.
Yeah.
Yes. I couldn't walk the streets.
Are you serious?
Yes.
And this is because of radio. People knew you from radio, just
They
from
knew
hearing.
me from radio, so when I went on to TV, it was now like...
It was crazy.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that guy on TV. Yeah. Then we did now. We featured all the music, the kind of bongo man, Zankalewa, you know.
Everything.
Everything. Paka Rare Watts. You remember the Rare Watts?
Watts, yes.
Yeah. Kina Kraka Munyao during the winner car competition and stuff.
Fred.
Yeah, we done stuff. Out there are people watching this show and they say, yeah, that guy made a difference.
This guy raised us.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. He raised us.
Give them my M-Pesa account. So then they can make me rich. You know?
They thank you. Is there anything you haven't done, Fred? Anything else you would want to do between now and then?
I really don't know. Frankly, I've lived 1,000 lives in one.
Right.
Right now, I just want to do my thing as long as I've got numbers. Roga Roga. So make sure you listen to Roga Roga on Radio Citizen. 106.7 FM. Put the dial on that and stay there. Stick it there.
Is it 9 to noon?
10 o'clock to 1 p.m. Radio Citizen. Every Saturday and Sunday, I make your weekend and I watch JKL.
Oh, man. My man.
Deal?
Right there.
Okay. So what I want to do is after that, I wanted to go and do farming, which I do very well. But my son, one of my sons said, he's a hotelier himself, Victor. He told me, and his wife too. So he told me, why don't we do a resort in Isinya? Unakuja unakula mbuzi. Unasema huyu mbuzi ndio mimi nataka, anachinjwa, wewe na wageni wako kina Maina Kageni and a few noise makers.
Tuwalete wote.
Walete hapo. They come and enjoy. Equals fish pond. You identify the fish you want, we bring it out of the water. Naweka kwa mafuta. You want chicken, you identify, tunakuchinjia fresh.
Hapo hapo.
Alafu rumba kwa fujo. That is the way to retire, Jeff. I'll die laughing.
Yeah. What more does one want?
No, I don't want anything. I'm good.
Yeah. And that's that's why that guy asked you earlier on, would you want to get into politics?
No. Why would I want to get into politics? I talk to more people than any politician.
Yeah.
And they listen.
And they listen.
Yeah.
They have no choice.
So what else do I have to do? And I'm paid.
By Washira.
By Washira Waruru and SK Macharia.
Yes.
They're paying me.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah. Kwa hivyo shida iko wapi?
Shida iko wapi?
Yeah.
Best moment in your career, Fred. Best moment.
Music time. Frankly, when I had an opportunity to be with Mzee Franco, Jermaine Jackson, and a whole host of musicians at Kasarani in 1987 during the All Africa Games,
yes,
4th All Africa Games, with Anna Mwale and others. I think that was my finest moment. I really enjoyed that, and that with Kanda Bongo Man, I think was also great time.
Highlights.
But the opportunity to host music time on KBC was a great thing. Was a great opportunity for me. But it's like my highest or the peak is I live it every day. Being with my family, I think is one of the best things that ever happened to me, because they give me a lot of inspiration, and I want to thank them. And being able to work in a place like where I work, got great colleagues, we are family, you know, at Citizen, and so my life seems to be having a peak every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
Wow. You get to restart it. You get to start it again.
Jeff, there are many people suffering out there, either because they don't have a job or they are doing a job they don't like. I don't have that problem.
Another living legend, Leonard Mambo Mbotela.
Yeah, that is my inspiration.
Incredible.
Yes.
What a man.
Yes. Let me tell you that we, that is my generation, had an opportunity to learn from the best. From people like Leonard Mambo Mbotela, Mohamed Juma Njuguna, Stephen Kikumu. Did you ever see Stephen Kikumu?
Incredible. Incredible.
Job Isaac Mwamto.
Yes.
You know,
man, Desanjo.
Simeon Desanjo. You know, Salim Juma. Salim Mohammed. Great. You know. There were great people. You just watch and you say, hey, let me hear. Let me hear.
They were good.
Norbert Okare.
Norbert. What a voice. What a diction. Kizungu.
Moto.
Ay.
Paka unauliza huyu ni mjaluo kweli? We learned from the best.
Yes.
And if someone never did it right, it's not because there was a shortage of role models. We had great role models. Yes.
Leonard pointed out there was also someone called, was it Peter Clare or Peter Clare, presented Sundowner.
Yes. Peter.
It's misspelled. But Sundowner was a great show.
It was. Sundowner was a great show.
Late Date.
Late Date was a great show. Yours for the Asking was a great show. All those guys. Ike Mlembo. I mean, there are people, good people who really did a good job. VOK. All those guys.
It birthed a lot of superstars.
They really need to be congratulated.
I agree.
And every time I look at KBC, I say, I'm grateful to have worked there, because they were sticklers to rules of the game.
Yeah.
They taught some of us a lot of things.
Fred, you got 30 seconds into that camera there. What do you tell Kenyans?
I tell Kenyans, look up, enjoy what you do, because if you don't enjoy it, you will have a very long day. It doesn't matter what you do, because you're doing it. Enjoy it, all right? And then don't stop. If you're not enjoying it, try and enjoy it. If you don't like it, don't stop. Look for something else, but in the interim period, enjoy it. And then respect people who have come before you, because that is the only way people who are coming after you will respect you.
Indeed, indeed. Amen to that, Fred. Have you heard about this show called Rasha Rasha on KTN?
Yes.
Do you watch?
Yes.
Is it good?
The guys, yes, they do a lot of rumba. Yes, I've watched that.
See that?
It is in the evening. It is at night, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, on weekends or Fridays, but I've watched it.
Saturdays,
Yes.
10 p.m. KTF.
Yes.
Fred,
Asante
you're a
sana.
legend, my brother.
Jeff, thank you for inviting me.
Thank
on
you
this
for
show.
inspiring 43 million people. God bless you, my
Asante
brother.
sana. God bless you too.
Thank you so
You're doing
much.
a good thing.
We'll try, my brother.
Where did you learn?
From the best. Good answer, huh?
Asante sana. You beat me to that.
Fred Obachi Machoka. My goodness, what a superstar. What a legend. A living legend at that. Still having fun. 40, yes, 40 years later. How about that? And his advice to all of you out there, if you're not having fun at what you do, well, you're doing the wrong thing. Live each day as though it's your last. Fred wakes up in the morning and he turns over a new leaf and has fun at it. Wow. If that's not inspiring enough, then I don't know. Go jump in a pool or something. Keep tweeting at Fredo Machoka, at Koinange Jeff, the hashtag Roga Roga, Fred Machoka, you name it, anything you want. Or simply JKL. Next week, new show, new topic, new guests, same place, same time. Keep it locked right here on Kenya's television network, KTN. Television doesn't get any better than this. Thanks so much for watching. Good night. Good luck. Sanyo Iko June. Sanyo Iko Chops. Sanyo is the job for you.
Sanyo ni
Top of the pops.
Pong.